Hey everybody, it's Besta and Steve. Welcome to week 4 of us being in Lisbon. I can't believe it's already been a month.
It's gone fast.
It absolutely has. So we're talking about food this week, about Steve starting to grill on his grilllador, and also about buying groceries locally. It's been not what we expected necessarily.
No, there's been a few surprises here and there along the way as we've navigated shopping here. It's not completely foreign, but it is a little bit different. So some surprises there to share.
So we're going to be sharing those with you. Thanks so much for watching week 4.
Hello again, everybody, and thanks for watching week 4, and thanks for the previous comments on our other videos. And feel free to drop comments and advice here, especially if you're a local, as we kind of learn our new way around life here in Lisbon, Portugal. The city is waking up. The weather is improving. It's been absolutely beautiful. Trees are budding, flowers are out, and we've seen a lot of people out and about on the streets.
You know the weather's improving because something happened today that's never happened before. Steve sneezed so hard that his pants flew off. This is...
I know you're going to say that.
I know. Well, that actually happened as you were wearing some loose-fitting gym shorts.
Yeah.
And they did just...
It's very important to have them tied
Anyway.
But
we did enjoy the weather by making a walk.
We did last week. We decided to get out of the apartment for a while and walk a whole different direction than we normally do. We're so used to taking the metro everywhere. We decided, let's see what's up top. So we decided to start taking a walk, and we saw a bunch of cafes and a bunch of places to grab a pastry, which we did. We sat in a
those are everywhere.
They are everywhere.
Good thing.
Until we made our way all the way down to actually a popular metro stop that we always see a lot of people getting on and off. And we're like, where does this go? And it is Alameda.
Correct. And when you go up top, we had heard that there was this beautiful park, and there is this gigantic park with the big lawn that goes up the hill, and at one end of it is your beautiful fountain, which runs parts of the day. And so we loved finding this wonderful outdoor area. When the weather is nice, as you can see in the video, there were tons of people just enjoying the weather and sitting out, having picnics and visiting with friends.
Yeah, it was a weekend day and a beautiful day. So we saw kids playing soccer or football. Lots of people just kind of lounging and having a drink and enjoying themselves. And we went out again there on an evening, and it wasn't quite as packed, but there was still a lot of hustle and bustle there. So the city is definitely waking up.
Yeah, it's another beautiful spot that we've located here in this wonderful city of Lisboa. So this week we're talking about food. You started grilling again this week. Yay, we got the grill set up.
Finally, yes. We had some hits and misses. I had to get the right kind of grill, or propane tank, I should say. Ordered from the wrong company, finally got the right one, got it connected, and we did a test run on some hamburgers. One of the things we wanted whenever we decided to move here, we wanted an outdoor space where we could actually grill. And not only do we have the grill space, but we have the shed behind me. And we're doing a test run on the new grill with some just burger patties we bought at the store just to see how it does.
Why do you love to grill? We used to grill all the time in Tampa. And then when we lived for a while in Orlando before we moved here, we weren't able to grill, and I missed the one. You're great at it. I missed your food. Why do you love it?
I blame my dad. So when I was a kid, my dad would grill all the time. Even like during snowstorms in the Midwest, he would be out there grilling. We always had great steaks and chicken. He'd barbecue ribs and chicken in the summers. So I always enjoyed being around that and wanted to learn how to do it. I'm not as good as my dad is, I have to admit that, but I do enjoy the piece that kind of comes with it, and it's just different cooking outside than cooking in the kitchen. I used to, when I was younger, I would sit out and grill, and I knew how far along a steak was by how much of a beer I had drank. I don't drink that much beer anymore, but it's always a good measurement.
And of course, thank you to Alexandra and everybody at Portugal Place for making this dream come true for us. We never thought, well, we hoped, but it seemed unlikely that we would find a space where we could grill and have dinner outdoors. So it's just, we're thrilled.
It is. This is perfect. As we said, this is week 4 for us, and we're still figuring things out, including how shopping works here. We've talked before about how don't get too much because you got to carry it home, and it's usually like a day-to-day thing. And you took the opportunity with the beautiful weather to go out to some of the local supermarkets. And here's a look at what the neighborhood markets look like.
Here is the Google Maps view of our wonderful neighborhood, Alvalade. There's a central street, Avenida da Igreja, or Church Street, which slowly goes uphill to the church at the end of the street. There are 5 main grocery locations in our neighborhood: Continent, Pingo Dos, another Pingo Dos, Lidl, and the Alvalade Market. Although we're still new here, We've already found certain products we like at certain stores. Continent is where we buy household things like milk, pasta, paper towels, that kind of thing. Pingo Dos seems to excel at cuts of meat, so for now, we're buying that there. Lidl is closest and good for emergencies. It also contains random products, sort of like an Aldi. Lidl actually connects to the Alvalade market. The traditional neighborhood market, Mercado de Alvalade Norte, is full of fresh seafood, produce, breads and cheeses, and much more. We are almost to the point with our language skills that we feel we can interact with the merchants successfully and plan to shop here more and more. Don't forget to bring your bags. Merchants in Portugal are required to make you pay for a bag if you don't bring your own.
And I'm glad you mentioned the bring your own bags in that video, because we learned early on that if you don't have a bag, you have to buy one, and they're like 20 cents each. And we learned that that's part of the way to protect the environment here. It encourages people to reuse those plastic bags or use cloth bags, which we're learning to do. You always have a couple tucked away with you when you go shopping now.
Yeah, I mean, I used to always try to take my bags with me in the States, but here you really, really need to have them. And so I have to make that a habit to make sure and put those bags with me whenever I'm heading out to the store. There's some other surprises that we found on the shelves in the grocery stores. Milk and eggs are not refrigerated.
That's true. And, of course, back in the States, we're used to having those on the top shelf in your refrigerator, or at least in your door. Here, we have learned that both are processed differently, so they have a shelf life, so they don't have to stay cold. And when I tell my friends back in the States about this, they're like, "Oh, you drink your milk warm?" No, we still put it in the refrigerator, but we just have extra milk that we can pull out, which is really cool. And the eggs are, the ones we've gotten at least, have the brown shell, and they're washed differently, is what we've heard here, which means they still have the protective coat, natural protective coat on them that keeps them from spoiling. So it saves a lot of room in our smaller fridge than we're used to.
So here's an example of a carton of milk. We start each day with a mimosa, right? Because this is the brand of milk that we've been using. And we just leave it on the shelf, not refrigerated. And then whenever we finish one, we put the next one into the fridge, and it stays cold. So anyway, that's kind of fun. And chips here are really good. I love this flavor.
Absolutely.
It's Campanesh is probably like countryside flavor or something like that.
Yeah, I think we researched it's like a pioneer woman created this recipe, kind of a vibe. It's like very, very country. It's delicious, whatever it is.
She is my new favorite because they are so good. I don't know where these chips have been all my life, but
they've been in Portugal.
There you go. It's a really good flavor. And also, Oreos are your favorite,
they are my
right?
favorite.
And here's where we found Oreos are not sold the same way here, at least not in the stores where we've been. Notice that these Oreos come in, this is a family format, which means it's in little packs of 4, which means that you're eating for a family of 4. Apparently, I guess, do they assume that everybody's going to eat just one?
I'm guessing these are probably like for your kids' lunches, would be my guess. But I don't know.
It's this family format. There's 10s of them. I think we typically eat for a family of 4 anyway.
That's true. No matter what we're eating.
Anyway, I don't know. I guess 4 is supposed to be enough for the whole family to enjoy at one time.
Well, this family is very happy with 4, so I'm totally fine with it.
Anyway, as our Portuguese get better, we're excited about shopping at the other markets. Like there's produce stores, butcher stores. We've talked about getting some meat for you to grill.
Yeah, we have. We've been working with our tutor to make sure that we know how to order, at least know the basics. Hopefully they're going to grill some steaks very soon, which we're talking about. And we've also made our way into a couple of the produce markets here as well that aren't part of a chain that just looks like better quality stuff. So we're excited to go in there.
There's a delicatessen that it also serves sells meats and cheeses and stuff. So we're anxious to be able, I just wanted to be able to walk in and competently have that conversation. Here's how much I want. How much does it cost? That kind of thing. I think we're almost there. So hopefully this week or the week after, we're going to feel comfortable starting to do that. So our grocery shopping and food shopping will expand, and we will share that information too as we venture out and start to learn about those shops. We did make a trip this week. We went back to Sintra to visit the National Palace of Sintra, and we will be sharing that video next week. So watch for that. And this week's video that we release was about our trip to Evora.
Yes, we went to Evora, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which is to the east of Lisbon. And of course, my favorite thing that we visited there was the Chapel of Bones, which was eerily beautiful and absolutely amazing.
Look for that video about the Chapel of Bones. It's really quite beautiful and interesting and mysterious. And it was quite a moving experience, actually.
It was, and it's totally not a place that you would normally seek out in your pre-Steve life. So thanks for going there with me.
I would not. So we're having a wonderful time. We're feeling more comfortable, starting to sleep even more comfortably. You know, we're starting to settle in a little bit, even though there's still a lot to do and a lot to learn. The apartment is sort of set up. Things are starting to feel a little more settled. You have a birthday this weekend. So happy birthday, Steve. And we'll be talking about what we're going to do on Sunday for his birthday. We'll talk about that next week. So it's Besta and Steve from Lisbon. We love living here. We're having a wonderful time. Thank you so much for watching. See you next week.